common denominator for all successful people, right, is whenever they have an idea or something that they know could be very successful in work, like, they act on it. The time between the action and idea for a successful person is very, 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 very small. So with that being said, like, okay, this is kind of awkward because I'm almost, oh no, okay, now I remembered. So what I was sort of thinking about was, like, as I was walking along the street, right, once I had my phone down, was, you know, I'm talking to myself out loud. And, you know, when you're talking to yourself out loud and you have a phone in your hand, it's like, okay, whatever. You know, he's on FaceTime, he's making a video, it's socially acceptable, it's acceptable. But if I'm just like, imagine my phone's in my pocket or something, and I'm just like, and I don't even have earbuds in or anything, and I'm just talking to myself, you know, because I think out loud, I'm gonna look crazy, bro. And I had an epiphany a while ago where I was like, look, you can't walk around and not choose authenticity. And the reason why is because that's like choosing shame. That's not loving yourself. And to be honest, it's when you love yourself that you can really experience other things in life, and you can love other things in life, not only just people, but experiences and stuff. And to be honest, that's maybe why I felt so, you know, isolated and stuff, and just so distant from the world, and I just kept to myself and things. I literally just came from like one of those co-working spaces, and it was really cool, and there was like this cafe restaurant places. I didn't really sit there, that second place, but it was nice, and I might actually go back. But the point is, I think a lot of why I'm having a sort of breakthrough is because I'm realizing, bro, like, to be honest, you gotta live your life. You gotta just be who you are unapologetically. And to be honest, 9 times out of 10, nobody's gonna say anything. But in the off chance that somebody does, if you're not willing to, you know, do something that's quote unquote embarrassing, right, then it's gonna be tough for you, because that's what it takes to truly be happy. You gotta be willing to, you know, be embarrassing looking, you know, and there's no, you want the answer. If you want some genuine happiness in your life, and you want to really be authentic, you can't pretend. And it's okay to not pretend. It's okay to just hold wherever it is that hurts inside of you, and just give yourself that attention, because that's all it is. It's like that little kid inside of you, that place where you're feeling pain, right? It's like that little kid that's crying out to you in a moment where you feel something tightening your chest or your stomach or whatever. And imagine, right, like, what would that little kid need? Like, if I were to say, see that little kid, right? How would you best, you know, take care of him? Like, what would you do in order to really assuage and counsel him, and, you know, give him, I don't know, like, comfort him, right? You would just give him attention. In reality, if you listen to him long enough, by the time you hear him out, he's already all sun, smiles, and summer vibes. I literally just read that off of a car. But you get the point, right? And you wouldn't even have to do any real sort of, like, advice giving. It was just enough to give your genuine loving attention. But here's the funny thing. A lot of us, right, or at least speaking for myself, if you feel like some sort of type of way about yourself, or like you feel some sort of type, you feel a way, you feel something in your body, your inner child, right? And I say that because a lot of the pain that you have is just about how you know, you didn't get love once upon a time, right? And how, you know, you're like, the child kind of represents your vulnerableness, your insecurity, your need to be taken care of, be loved, be taken care of. Like, imagine if you dealt with it the opposite way, which is what most of us do, or which I know that I, you know, was guilty of, where it's just like, oh, like disregarding it, like trying to shove it down. But what is that going to do for the kid? If you've ever been around kids, you know that it's only going to make the problem worse. They're only going to scream louder, yell louder. It's not really going to go away, right? By saying go away. And even if when you look at it in that perspective of like, oh, it's like if you just picture you're holding the part where you feel tight, you hold it, and you really see it as like a little kid, you won't want to tell it to go away. You want to bring it close and love it. And so that's how you can love yourself and free yourself from the tightness that you have in your chest, and from grief and worry and anxiety and fear and insecurity, right? So yeah, if you want to walk around and talk out loud to yourself, go ahead and do that. Be you. There's the only one you in the world. And if there's only one you in the world, and you're the only one with the supply that is you, you're a limited resource. And thereby, if you actually go and, what's that word, like extrapolate, or I don't know, excavate those precious pearls deep within your soul with the potential that every single person, like, you know, your teachers and your parents or some people that you come across when you're younger told you that you had, you go reach deep down and you grab it and you give it to the world, it's like, yeah, you know, you automatically have an invaluable resource to offer the world that nobody else can offer. So everybody has to get it from you, and you're in a situation where you can essentially just be, you could just be rich, you know, of heart. And 9 times out of 10, that spills out into anything you do. Because guess what? I'm not saying that always means you have to be doing something unique. I'm just saying that you're unique, and even if you're doing something unoriginal, but you're doing it through the lens, which is you. But that lens isn't foggy because you cleared out all the shame and all the things that don't, and the obstacles that stop you from really just truly expressing who you are. Then there you go. You have a leverage point, an automatic one built into you. It's getting really loud here, so I'm gonna just cut the video short here, but you know, alhamdulillah.